Hey guys, for you today for Loco Recap, we have C9 versus Golden Guardians. I think C9 has been by far the most exciting team in LCS, and I want to break down why I think they're so good and what they do differently from all the other NALCS teams. As for Golden Guardians, I had them at 10th, but they're actually showing signs of life. Haunter still Haunter, and Closer is surprisingly good. So yeah, let's get to the recap. So for pick and bans, nothing too weird. Maybe the Elise ban from Golden Guardians is a little bit of a weird one, but I think that's a sniper ban towards Blabber. Blabber incredibly good on Elise, Rek'Sai, Lee. These are probably his most core champions. The thing that really stands out to me in the draft for C9 at least is they don't care about giving away some of the power picks. So Golden Guardians led with Tahm Kench. I think a lot of teams here would break away Kench and Senna together. Kench and Senna are especially powerful together because Senna will take the Frosty Mastery. It's called Glacial Augment. So whenever she lands the auto in lane, it's really easy for Kench to just walk up and get that auto Q, auto swallow. So they're a really strong laning duo. But C9 just not caring and being like, okay, you get Kench. We don't really care if you get Senna with it. We're just going to pick our strong champions in Aphelios and Nautilus. And another thing that really shows that C9 doesn't really care about what they're drafting into is the Lee Sin pick into Rek'Sai. Traditionally, Lee Sin is not that great against Rek'Sai because Rek'Sai's knockup is instant and it can cancel out a lot of Lee Sin's dashes. He can cancel out the second part of Lee Sin's Q, he can cancel out Lee Sin W. So there's a lot of unfavorable interaction for Lee, but Blabber just picking it anyways into Closer's Rek'Sai. Other than that, it's pretty standard. Zoe blind, Camille into Aatrox. As for Golden Guardians, overall their comp is very solo lane focused and very gank and duo focused. So bot lane is going to be very independent. Tahm Kench Senna is not really a lane you gank for and not really a lane you can gank. They're very slippery due to Tahm Kench Devour and Senna's E, her Shroud. But the Diana Rek'Sai, incredibly strong duo, especially into Zoe, and also Aatrox Rek'Sai can put up a real good fight versus Lee and Camille. So we're going to be looking at a lot of solo lane action coming from Golden Guardians. Yeah, that's the draft. Let's get into the game. So normally I don't go over jungle pathing, but for this game I thought jungle pathing was pretty interesting, so I'll go over it. One thing to note right away, Rek'Sai starting red buff with a leash, Lee not getting a leash. So yeah, a little bit of a difference there. It looks like Lee Sin's doing straight from red to blue, and then he's going to be jungling up back to top side. Rek'Sai doing the standard 3 camp bot side. Normally most Rek'Sais would look for a gank here, but it seems like the gank isn't very possible. You can see Zoe already has a ward on her right, also a ward on her left, so Rek'Sai just clearing his top side of the jungle instead. And then Lee doing red blue to Gromp to Wolves and coming back top side also. So the really interesting thing is C9 has priority on top side, and they also have priority on mid. So Licorice able to move in, pop that plant, spot out Closer. And Closer knows he's not going to have more people for this scuttle fight right here. So he really wants to get this scuttle, but not able to get it. So he's going to have to adapt his pathing and walk bot side and play for bottom scuttle instead. Now, something really interesting happens. Zben actually gets chunked, and they have a wave building up bot side. So Golden Guardians can look for something here. And also, kind of same thing for Haunter. His wave is pushing away, looking for a dive. He's been able to burn flash and keep himself safe. Closer making the most out of the shitty situation. And yeah, Haunter, he had his wave pushing away. His jungler would normally be topside, but because he wasn't topside, he had to kind of survive the gank, which he did nicely. And now both junglers resetting after their failed gank attempt and trying to get back onto the map and do stuff. So Niski here has a huge wave built up, and he wants to crash it all the way into turret. That's why Blabber's here, making sure Niski can crash it. He lands his Drowsy, so going in for a huge chunk on Golden Glue here. Closer coming in and flashing right after Niski. And Niski got to pick up Closer's flash, so he flashes and Golden Glue forced to flash to dodge the Q. Just this mid lane duo is really important, like getting the wave to crash in all the way. And also, if Diana was level 6, this would have gone much worse. I'm not sure why Vulcan's starting Dragon here. Can't really solo it as support. It ends up resetting, and Blabber's going to take it. So I love what Closer's doing right here. He realizes his team can't go ahead and contest the Dragon since the Tahm Kench is back, and he sees Haunter's actually beating up on Licorice topside, especially since Haunter's level 6 and Licorice isn't. Licorice forced to burn flash. He has his ult here though, so he has a small chance for an outplay. If he got the ult off while Aatrox was tanking turret, and he got to dodge the Rek'Sai knockup, he actually would have gotten to live. But it's really hard to dodge Rek'Sai knockup because it's instant. And when he's in melee range of you, he can knock you up at any moment, right? And there really isn't an animation either. So it's more of reading the timing of the opponent than reacting to the animation. So yeah, an incredibly hard spot for him to be in. And he just shouldn't have gotten chunked when Aatrox was level 6 and he was level 5. So we can see that C9 has a ward on Rek'Sai, and they know he's going to be topside. So Blabber recognizes this, he's going to finish his red, and he's going to react to what Closer wants to do. And a lot of Golden Guardians' comp is about getting Aatrox ahead of the Camille. And yeah, Blabber spots out Closer here, goes on him immediately. Closer not quite enough to get the knockup on Blabber's second part of Q, so he couldn't cancel the damage. So Blabber ends up winning that exchange, gets killed by the Senna ult, Golden Glue TPs. And yeah, overall victory for C9, being able to counter the play from Rek'Sai, eating the teleport from Golden Glue, and also forcing the ultimate out from Senna. Just, it looks like a 1-for-1 trade, but in a lot of ways, Golden Guardians is actually coming out behind in very small ways from this. And there is a huge opportunity cost to not being able to kill Camille and not being able to use the first Rek'Sai ult to really pressure Camille, so that's a problem here too. Yeah, just watching the play again, it's a really, really close 1v1, but if Blabber got his second part of Q cancelled, he actually would have lost to Closer. So you can see how these mechanical interactions are really important in top tier level of play. So Golden Guardians recognizes a huge part of their win condition is getting the Aatrox ahead of Camille, so they're looking for the gank here again. Licorice going in for the trade, doesn't quite recognize Closer's right next to him. Haunter with a really nice flash blocking the second part of Camille's E. And yeah, able to land the chains also and a really clean kill on the Camille. This is like really, really core to getting Golden Guardians' comp started. They need Camille to be a weaker split pusher than Aatrox. Looks like C9's replying with a bot side play. Let's see what they end up doing. Guess they don't end up doing much. He just takes double golems and runs. GG able to use the Herald they got earlier from top side and able to pick up a lot of plating here. There's actually one more play coming up for Golden Guardians that I do want to show you guys. Camille comes back with teleport, jumps back into lane. So now she's going to have her wave pushing out. Oh, C9 did reply with the dragon. So I'm going to slow it down for you guys here. Really look at what happened on top side. So if you can see, right here, even though it says airborne for Camille, there's a minion that's like popping up, right? So Closer actually isn't able to land his knockup on Camille, and he clicked the minion instead. So this is really tragic because Camille has her E on cooldown from earlier because she E'd into the lane to get into it closer because she TP'd on the ward. And yeah, if they actually got the knockup properly here, I'm pretty sure they would have been able to kill her. But let's see what happens instead. Licorice just barely able to run away. Senna ult coming in, it misses, and Closer and Haunter needs to commit on this, but they're panicking. They know for a fact they should have gotten the kill. The Camille ult, just the Senna ult missed, and Licorice was able to outplay just properly, able to live with one auto left, and Zben TPs in, finishes off the kill. Like, these kind of moments are so crucial for both teams. If Golden Guardians are able to get that kill on Camille pretty cleanly by getting the knockup, they're going to be able to get first turret. Both people live, they're going to be up in tempo, and it really creates the win condition for them in terms of Aatrox beating the Camille. But yeah, it's a game of inches, and they just were not good enough, and C9 comes out ahead in this huge game-breaking play. I want to show you guys that little things matter in League of Legends, and Cloud9 is just barely better than GG, and it's really showing. If you look at the map here, we can see they have Diana topside, Rek'Sai on top side of the map also, and you can see where Golden Glue and Keith, or not Golden Glue and Keith, FBI and Keith are positioned in lane. They're actually in the smack dab middle of the lane. And look at where Zben is. Zben is more on the bottom side of the lane. This is called hugging the right side. You want to hug the side where your teammates are, so you can just run towards them if need be. But because Keith and FBI are in direct center of the lane and not hugging the top side of the map, it actually makes them a lot more vulnerable to catches like this. And yeah, if they were just hugging the right side, it would have made sure like they don't get engaged on right here, but just watch the play. You can see them directly in center of the lane, got hit by Aphelios ult, and I mean Keith could have flashed it earlier, that definitely would have helped him, but if he was on the left side, he could have just walked up top instead of needing to walk straight down lane and creating that short distance, allowing Vulcan to follow up on the Aphelios ult. So I think it's situations like this where it really shows me Golden Guardians don't really understand what they need to be doing on the map. You can see Keith is walking up, trying to land poke with his tongue and trying to clear the ward, where he should be playing really safe because their win condition is Haunter split pushing. And also Haunter is not really split pushing either. He's just doing double golems with Aatrox when his team's trying to defend 4v5. So yeah, this is like the moments where it shows these teams don't really have macro all the way down, and they're kind of running around like chickens with their heads cut off. And Cloud9's gonna start Dragon immediately after they get turret, and Golden Guardian still doesn't really recognize what's going on. They don't know Cloud9 starting Dragon. They should see they're not on Herald, so they should be starting Herald right away, but instead, Golden Glue going for a second wave on top side, Closer just kind of lost, not starting Herald, just taking too long to do things, and not reacting instantly where they should be reacting instantly. I still don't know why he hasn't started Herald yet. Everyone's just being so conservative when they should know, hey, they're doing Dragon, they're not showing up on Herald, we should be taking Herald as soon as possible. But instead, they kind of went to the side lane first, they kind of jacked around in his own jungle, and yeah, by the time they're starting Herald, C9 has already reset, and they're ready to reply to it. Whew, that poke. I mean, it's Keith getting hit by skill shots, but the bigger problem was you guys needed to recognize that Herald was free when C9 went for Dragon and just done the Herald earlier. We talked a lot about why Golden Guardians is bad, so let's talk about some good stuff. Let's talk about why C9 is so good. They know exactly what their comp does. Their comp is a long-range pick comp. Aphelios with his Gravitum ult, Zoe with her Sleepy Bubble can catch people from so far away, and you can see that here. They were able to hit Keith from pretty much a million miles away and pick him off easily with the Nautilus hook after, and Haunter kind of tries to desperate engage and gets picked off also. But yeah, C9 really plays to their strengths. They know when they are strong, they know what their comp does to make it strong, and they maximize it. And this is what makes the team so good. They have a really good read on the game, and they know exactly what they need to be doing. So another great situational awareness from C9. You can see they're taking their reset here, and Dragon is about to come up in 10 seconds. And GG's getting ready, they're finally up on tempo, they're going to push out mid first, and they're going to be in a favorable situation on an objective versus C9. And let's see how they deal with it. C9 don't really want to check into all this vision of GG. They see them starting Dragon, and they're like, okay, you guys want to start Dragon? Well, you can have Dragon. What we're going to do instead is not take that bad fight where we'd have to be checking into you and where Aatrox or Diana could be flanking us. We're just going to start Baron. And now you guys are going to be the one forced to come into us instead. You can see Licorice in the back looking for a flank. Niski and Vulcan turning on them right away. And yeah, even with Tom Kench being able to eat the Rek'Sai, just this turn and the amount of CC that C9 can put out is way too much. Yeah. I think a lot of bad teams actually would have tried to contest Golden Guardians at Dragon. C9 instead forcing the Baron right away and flipping the situation and forcing Golden Guardians to come into them. I know they're like already 3k, 4k gold ahead, but it's them making decisions like this that makes them consistently a good team throughout the entirety of LCS. It's these very smart macro decisions and not putting themselves in shitty situations when they don't need to be in. But GG isn't a pushover. They just don't want to easily give up and give that free win to C9. They see them seizing. Now they're going to go for the double TP flank behind them. This is actually a really nicely done flank. But C9 recognizes they're coming from that angle. Aphelios misses his ult, but they just walk up topside. And even though GG is focusing Vulcan, it's just so hard to kill him because he had Gargoyle Stoneplate. So yeah, they basically used the entirety of their burst on a support with Aftershock and Gargoyle Stoneplate, and they were barely able to kill him, and C9 gets away pretty scot-free. They do get to stop the C9 Baron push, and they don't lose any inhibitors over this, which is really nice considering how far behind they are. So this is a little bit later into the game. This is where GG actually is gaining some space on C9 and really being able to split push, which was their original win condition. C9 replying with a push of their own on mid lane. They have 4 dragons and they have the air drake soul now, so they can just march down. Golden Guardians, their major wave clear was Diana, and she's on bot side, fighting with the Aatrox to kill the Camille, so they're not able to wave clear efficiently. They almost lose turret over this. Now we can see C9 gonna respond to the duo that was bot side and killing Camille. They kind of overstay for turret here. I think if they left a little bit earlier and let the turret die on its own, or just screwed turret altogether, they actually would have been able to live. But yeah, they committed all the way. They don't have TPs to get out, so they're gonna get picked off pretty easily here. Oh, really nice dodge from this key. Good job buying time with his Drowsy and his ult and Zhonya's. Haunter trying to get away, but Nautilus is so sticky, so much CC on one champion. Both able to get picked off. So here's something really interesting that C9 does. Look at where the wards are. There's a ward on both entrance to the blue side jungle, and they see that Closer he's not showing on those wards, so they know Closer had to walk top side because they don't see him walking back into the jungle. So it looks like map pack. C9 should not know where Closer is, but due to process of elimination, they're able to find Closer. I mean, if I was Closer here, I'd be so shocked. I'm like, I used red trinket. I didn't show on wards. Like, how did they know I was here? But C9 just playing incredibly smart and able to find where Closer is by guessing smartly. And they're able to pick off the jungle. The 2 solo laners are already dead. Their death timer just about to end, and they're going to be able to get this Baron completely free due to smart play around the map. So this is pretty much a victory march from C9. They have Baron, they already reset, they're so much stronger, they're up about 8k gold. They also have Dragon Soul, so yeah, I mean, Golden Guardians already lost the game, but let's let C9 do their victory march all the way through. I've actually really enjoyed this game. This was a game where both teams were being proactive, especially after that mess of a game where I saw TSM and Immortals just play footsie with each other for 1 hour straight. Like, this is so nice to see. C9 knew what their win condition was, and they played towards it, a lot of picks. And Golden Guardians, even though I had them at 10th, this team is surprising me. They recognize what they need to do to have a chance in the game. They take active risks. They're just a good team. They just played against the best team in North America. But I feel like if they played like this versus pretty much any other team in LCS, they actually probably would have won, and the game at least would have been a lot closer, so mad props to them. But Cloud9, the only team that is so good, that is so proactive. I know I just talked about Golden Guardians being proactive, but we've only seen 1 week from them, where from C9, they have always been this team. They have never been a team that is passive. They just play the game in the right way, and they win in the right way, and yeah, I just can't say enough good things about them. I'm going to be very interested to see where Team Liquid ends up once they get Broxa back and once they get all their things together. But C9, my god, they look so scary right now. They have all their ducks in order, where rest of LCS can't even really put together a roster in time due to the visa. So yeah, mad props to them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was another Loco recap. I really enjoyed doing this, and I'm thankful for all the support. I'll definitely be doing this on other regions like LEC, so keep a lookout. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And one last thing, I'm not crazy, I'm just Loco. Bye!